Hi, this is Brett Sankis, founding partner of Sankis Law, a business transactional law firm based in Austin, Texas. This is Free Tip Friday, and today I'm going to give you some tips on how to save money on your legal work. So this is aimed for business owners who just feel like the legal bills are piling up. I have two other videos you might want to check out to understand a little bit more about just pricing of legal projects and lawyers. You can see those in the upper left-hand corner. One is about why lawyers charge so much hourly, and the other is about why legal work takes so long. It's really important to understand some of those things fundamentally to get your hands around how to manage your lawyers and how to get work done properly within your budget. But this is about, okay, we've accepted that stuff, you understand, lawyers charge quite a bit and things take a while. Now, how do we save money on those things? So let me give you a few tips. One, do it yourself. Partly joking, but in all seriousness, some things can be legal zoomed. A simple non-disclosure agreement, a sole owner company formation. There are things that if you're on a really tight budget and you don't value building a relationship and you don't have anything unique, those products can work okay for that, right? Or if you've got a project that just the risk on it generally, the amount of dollars and things like that are not much, that might be one that you decide to DIY, right? Is that going to be as good as my work? No, it won't. Legals, it won't be as good, but they're good contracts. They won't be customized for you, and they're definitely the wrong solution for a lot of things. When the situation requires customization, it's partners and things like that in something, or there's a lot of dollars at risk. But sometimes you can get away with DIY. That's number one. Number two, point out specific things that you need to your lawyer. So I had a couple come to me. They were getting the restaurant business. They had a commercial lease, and they said, look, we need you to review Article 8, right? So the scope of work was just that. I don't have to look at the rest of it. I don't have any need to do other work, but it is very difficult when someone calls me and says, can you just look over this 60-page lease and just tell me it's all okay to sign and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, that's just really tough to do when you're in my shoes and I don't even know you and I don't know what you're doing and I don't know what your hot buttons are and I know that you're gonna view what I do in a different lens with 20/20 hindsight. That's the reality of it. So it's very difficult if you're not pointing out specific things for me to do anything other than kind of review everything. And you can think about it kind of like this. If you go to an insurance agent, you say, I need some insurance, just tell me what I need. And they're gonna ask you a lot of questions. And they don't know what risks your business faces. And they really kind of need you to engage and give them some feedback and help them make decisions about what's important. So that is my third tip. If you're not gonna identify specific little things to review, right? I looked at this lease, I know it's fine. If you really do and you really feel comfortable about it, I need you to look at just this. Can we have a scope of work about just this? If you can't do that, you could just engage in this process with me a little bit. Help me understand what's important. Ask good questions, feedback, at least read the agreement for me. It will help me understand what matters to you. It will help me be more efficient about what doesn't, right? So when you come in, you say, I've looked this over, I'm worried about A and B, and here's generally what I'm concerned about. Like, just that process of being intentional, caring, and intelligent, asking good questions. I know I've got a client that, I can kind of work with and understand, rather than just look it over and tell me it's okay. You're really putting me in a tough position there. Like, I don't know what's okay. You obviously haven't looked at it at all, right? And if anything goes wrong, and a million things could, what are you going to look back and expect of me? So just the process of being engaged and involved, I know I've got someone who cares and is like working with me to understand it, can save not time, not add to it. 4, build a good relationship with an attorney. Over time, build a relationship. As I get to know you, I'll understand what matters to you and what doesn't. I'll be able to make smarter choices about where we spend our time. And then the 5th tip is to just ask your attorney, how can we save a couple dollars on this? Do we need to review everything? Is there something I can do? Just ask, right? Can you give me a project fee on this? Can you help me out? It doesn't hurt to ask, but some of that requires, again, that's part of the engagement, but it's to get in there and just ask and see if there's ways. So those are 5 tips. Legal work, good legal work is not cheap. There's the old saying, nothing is more expensive than a cheap lawyer, but there are ways, if you're intentional and engaged and know what you need and you feedback and build a relationship, that you can save some money on your legal work. Good luck.